Hey everyone, and welcome to Lost in Pages, the podcast where we dive into books that move us, challenge us, and sometimes even scare us a little. I'm Ardella.
And I'm Hillary, and today we're exploring the book of Lost Thing by John Connolly, a dark, emotional story that's part fairy tale, part coming of age journey.
It's one of those books that pulls you in slowly, then hits you with deep emotions, strange creatures, and tough choices. And today, we're gonna walk through the plot using the Story Mountain structure to break it all down.
So let's start at the bottom of the Story Mountain, the introduction. We meet David, a 12-year-old boy living in England during World War II. His mother has just died from an illness, and David is completely heartbroken.
Yeah, and not long after, his father remarries and has a new baby with David's stepmother, Rose. David feels replaced, ignored, and angry. He escapes into books, which start to whisper to him, literally. That's when you know things are about to get weird.
Next, we move into build-up. This is where things get intense. David is drawn into a mysterious, magical world through a crack in the garden wall. But this isn't Narnia. It's much darker and more dangerous.
Exactly. This new world is distorted fairy tales. He meets creepy characters like wolves that act like humans, and a twisted version of Snow White. David begins a quest to find king of this land, who owns a book called The Book of Lost Things. He believes it might help him get home.
And this is also where we meet the Crook Man, the main villain. He's sneaky and manipulative, also trying to trick David into making selfish choices. Every challenge David faces tests his courage and character.
Now, we're at the top of the Story Mountain, the climax. This is the most intense part of the story. David finally reached the king, but find him weak and fading. He also discovered that the Book of Lost Things doesn't work like he hoped. It's not a magical solution, like just stories and memories.
Then the Crookman returns for one final trick. He offers David a cruel deal, sacrifices baby brother, and he can go home. It's the biggest moral test of his entire story.
And David refuses. He chose kindness and bravery over fear and selfishness. That moment shows how far he's come.
After the climax, we head down the other side of the mountain, following action. David is finally able to return to the real world. He wakes up in his own bed, changed forever by the journey.
He begins to accept his new life, and the pain of his mother's death became easier to carry. He's not the same scared, bitter boy he met at the beginning. He's grown into someone stronger and wiser.
Finally, we reach the solution. The book ends many years later when David is an old man. He visits the garden again, the place where the magical world first called to him.
And he remembers everything, the stories, the lessons, the people he met. Even though the magical world is behind him, those experiences help shape who he becomes. It's a quiet, touching ending that leaves a lasting impression.
So that's the book of the Lost Things, told through the shape of Story Mountain. It's a journey through grief, courage, and imagination.
It reminds us that stories don't just help us escape. They help us understand ourselves. The darkest tales bring out the brightest truth.
Thanks for joining us today on Lost in the Pages. Don't forget to subscribe and share this episode if you enjoyed.
And remember, the best story stays with you long after the last page. See you next time!